Everyone, this is John Rollins, and we're here for our weekly Strive session. Strive stands for strategies to remain informed, strategies to remain victorious, and empowered. And I was sitting here getting ready to start, and I looked down at the date, and today is September 1st of 2021. We are going into the last quarter of this year, and it's just been a blur. For at least for me, I know that there's been a lot that has happened this year, a lot of good, a lot of things that we're able to celebrate, and then some things that have caused us heartache and pain. But we're here, and we're nearing the end of, or again, we're starting the last quarter of 2021. And so I'm so grateful, and I hope that you too can find something to celebrate, something to be joyful about as we're wrapping up this year. All right. Again, this is the Strive session. Strategies to remain informed, victorious, and empowered. And our thought for this evening is surprise. Now, I was wondering how many of you are the people who love surprises. I have a really good friend, and the statement is, "Look, don't surprise me. Whatever you're going to do, if you're going to throw me a surprise party, you let me know that you're going to throw me a surprise party." I don't like surprises, but I wonder how many of you all are when someone does something for you that really catches you off guard. What is your reaction? Are you thrilled about it? Or do you have a different reaction, a different response to it? And I can think of just a number of ways that we are caught off guard, or we caught unexpected regarding a particular thing. And I was thinking, that maybe a spouse goes to their partner and say, "Hey, surprise!" And that means that there's a baby or something that's coming on, that maybe you had maybe you're advanced in age, and you're thinking, okay, so we got the last one, according to my calculations. Well, they're 13 now, so I have about 5 more years that I can work, and then I can retire, and then I can go out and start living this life that I've been anticipating. And then all of a sudden you get surprise. Or maybe you're a person who felt that you had taken precautions to make sure that we don't have any more. After number 6, we said, that's enough. And you took those precautions, and all of a sudden, both of you have that look on your face, surprise. Or maybe you're that type of person who, the surprise, here's the thing, have you ever done something for someone and it was your intent to surprise them, and then so you did a lot of thought, you did a lot of planning and preparation, and in your mind you had the perfect idea that would give this individual something that you thought that they would really enjoy, and you, at the moment you unveil it, you reveal it, and you have the surprise, and their reaction is, they have no reaction. They don't show any joy. They don't show any excitement. There's no reaction to them. How do you feel about that? For many of us, we'll find it disappointing. We've gone through and put forth the effort to try to do something that we think would bring joy to another person, and then that person has no reaction to it. They don't show that they're grateful. They show no appreciation, and for us, it's a letdown. Or again, if you are the person who doesn't like surprises, and then you have the individuals who come and they say, "Well, I know they don't like surprises, but we're gonna do this anyway." Maybe your reaction is frustration. Okay, so when people surprise us, or when things catch us by surprise, we have a wide array of responses or reactions to it. Okay, some of them are good, and then some of them maybe not as much. Maybe we didn't want to be surprised with that news. And I was thinking about there was a situation, many of you may be familiar with it, with regards to this the sprinter with the United States team, and during an interview, you have somebody to bring some surprising news to you, something that you didn't know, and somebody who couldn't hold water, all of a sudden they felt that they were getting ahead of the game, or whatever their thoughts were, but they share information that catches you totally off guard, and you're surprised, but not in a positive way. So where am I going with this? Well, here's the beauty of us having a relationship with the Lord. Okay, nothing that happens to us catches God by surprise. Nothing that happens to us catches God by surprise. In fact, in the scriptures it tells us that our stories basically have been already written. Okay, we've been foreordained, we've been predestined, we have an all-knowing and omniscient God. Omniscient means all science, all knowledge. So there is nothing that will ever happen in our lives that will catch God off guard. It's not like we can sneak up on God and we jump around from behind the corner. Boo! No, God was already around the corner. Not only was he around the corner, he created the corner. So there's never a situation that we walk into where we're going to find God showing up late or showing up without any awareness of what that situation was. I remember talking with a friend of mine probably a couple of years ago, and I said it was likened to this. I remember, I think maybe when I was turning 48, 49, my wife had a surprise birthday party for me, and I'm the kind of person who I'm very observant. I question stuff when I see things that are different. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, all right, so what happened here? Why is this way? So I notice things. I look intentionally. I look for things that are out of order, or maybe it was something that is unexpected that shows up. Whenever I see it, I don't always respond to it, but I take notice of it. And so I think I'm one of those people who's kind of hard to surprise. But she planned a surprise party for me, and so and she actually got one of my favorite cousins to come in and to distract me for that day, which is a pleasant surprise, her being there. But I had no idea that there was a party that was planned. But I would tell you this, that as we were traveling, we're having this conversation, and she's doing her best to try to keep my mind off of the question that I asked, saying, all right, so you're here, but what's going on? Why all of a sudden? And then we pull up to the site, and I see vehicles. And I recognize the vehicles. I told you I'm pretty observant. So I recognize that there are certain vehicles who wouldn't ordinarily be in that place. And so in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, something's going on. I don't know what it is, but I know that something's going on. And I walk in the door, and the surprise for me was that not only did she have the party planned and I had no knowledge of it, but the number of people that they were able to get there from different stages of my life, that was a pleasant surprise for me. Okay, and my reaction was one of gratitude, of gratefulness, appreciation. Okay, and so, but I say all that to say, because I told someone some time ago that I think because God knows everything for us, it's like Christ. He's walking with us as we're walking into a surprise party. He already knows what's going to happen. He already knows who's going to be there. He already knows what the conditions of these next few moments are for us. And many times when he understands and he knows that we're going to experience a certain level of joy based on what's about to unveil in front of us, I see him like my cousin who's walking in. She knows that there's a surprise party. She knows that people have been invited. She knows that there are guests who are waiting on me to walk through the door. And she's waiting to see my response when I get there. She's like, so we finally got you there. We knew you were going to be excited. I think that's how it is with Christ. He already knows what's going to happen for us. Nothing catches him off guard, unaware. And so I think many times he just waits for us to walk into the situations, and I can envision him having a big smile on his face by seeing how we are excited about what's taking place. For instance, maybe it is that baby that you've been waiting for that pregnancy, waiting for the test results to come back. And then once you see it, because he already knows what our reaction is going to be, he just smiles when he sees us experiencing so much joy. Maybe it was a job that you had been asking for, that you've been praying for. Maybe it's the graduation from college that you've gone through years of study and preparation. And then when you get to that place, at the end, he's sitting there and he's smiling. He's saying, I knew you could do it. I knew all along what was inside of you. And I was just waiting for you to get to the place where you can experience it firsthand. It could be a relationship. It could be a new report concerning your health. You get good news concerning your health. He already knows what the outcome is going to be, but I think he gets extra joy, pleasure, because the scripture does tell us that God actually delights in us. He delights. He takes pleasure. He gets, I think, satisfaction out of seeing us experience the goodness that he's made available for us. And so he knows that that we're going to be excited when we walk into this revelation, this manifestation of the thing that we've been praying for, the thing that we've been asking for, the thing that we've been seeking. He already knows that, if we remain faithful, we will see goodness while we're in the land of the living. He already knows that he's not withheld any good thing from us. And he takes pleasure in giving us our heart's desires. And so I just imagine he and the Father in Christ, they're just sitting there, and Christ is just escorting us to that place of promise, that place of fulfillment. And when we get there, to see us react and to see how much excitement it brings to our life, I think it makes him smile. So, no, we can't surprise him. He knows, he's all-knowing. He knows everything. But I think he delights in surprising us. And I will say this, and I mentioned it briefly earlier, not everything in our life has gone the way that we wanted to. I know that we've received news that has been disappointing for many of us. We're maybe at this point right now, we're experiencing times of trouble, times of challenge and difficulty. I understand that. Okay. But I take confidence, I take comfort in knowing that God already knows what the outcome is going to be. So even though we're going through this time right now, he already knows that this is not how it's going to always be. Remember, we have promises. He says, and we know, this is what the apostle says, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love the Lord and have been called according to his purpose. And I believe that I'm in one of those people who love him, who has a call, and who's seeking to fulfill his purpose. And I pray that that's your position as well, that that's your determination. Lord, I love you. Lord, I know that you have a calling on my life, and it is my intention, it is my desire, my ambition to walk out faithfully that which you purpose for me to do. And based on those criteria, all things work together for good for us. So I want to remind you that when you get that surprise, show gratitude. Remind yourself how grateful you are to the Lord. The people who are in your circle, those individuals who go out of their ways to try to make sure that your time here is pleasant and enjoyable, tell them thank you. Let them know. Give them that smile. And when you're able to start hugging again, give them a big, warm embrace. And right now, even now, I can envision some of the people who I used to love to hug. There's some really good huggers. And for now, we have, hey, what's up? How you doing? Okay. When the time comes, you embrace them. Embrace them. Hold on to them. If you shed some tears, go ahead and do that too. Smile broadly, laugh loud, live your life to fulfillment. Enjoy it. Because, there's going to come a day when it's not going to be like that. So while you're here, enjoy it. So enjoy the surprise. Live a life of fulfillment. Do what brings some honor and glory. And in doing so, I believe that we're going to be better off. All right. Hey, this is John. Strategies to remain informed, victorious, and empowered. And I want to remind you, I'm not even going to go through the whole thing. I want to remind you that you are awesome. That you are a pleasure. You are a delight. I don't care what your past has been. I don't care what mistakes you made. It doesn't matter. Okay, the very fact that you are here, that should be enough to let you know that you have value. Okay, you are important. How do I know that? Because God sent His Son. His Son gave His life for you. And so, if God thought enough of you to allow His Son to come and die for you, you are important. All right. Hey, y'all have a great day, a great week, and hopefully we'll see you when we see you. Bye.